has dominated the MAC. In '97, Randy Moss caught the nation's eye. In '98, another title and their first bowl win. This year, the herd is perfect and number 11 in the country. Their leader might be number 1 in the country. Chad Pennington has helped put Marshall on the map and could take them to the top 10. Western Michigan's Tim Lester is the MAC's all-time passer. His Broncos take aim at Marshall for a shot at the Motor City. It is a familiar sight in early December. Marshall University Stadium, home of the Thundering Herd, for a MAC championship and a trip to the Motor City Bowl. 2 years ago, we came to this place for the MAC championship. We had snow and freezing temperatures. Last year, it was 65, and we've lucked out again, Coach Gottfried. 59 degrees, a chance of rain, an absolutely gorgeous night.
Balmy. It's great. And Rich, I tell you, it's important for Western Michigan. Marshall starts strong all year. 113 points to 12 of the opponents. So Western Michigan has to stay close here early in this football game.
Gary Darnell decided to kick the football to Marshall. You like that decision?
Yeah, I do. You turn it over to the defense, and they get the ball in the second half. Get a little bit of feel in the ball game, but their defense has to come through.
The series history, and we can talk about the game on November 13th. In which Marshall won the game 31-17. It was a close game at the half, and Marshall kind of pulled away in the second half.
And we talked to the Western Michigan coaches, and they said they have to answer scores tonight. They didn't do that in the first meeting.
Brad Salentz, who has a very strong right leg, has a 53-yarder to his credit. And we are underway in Huntington. And it's James Williams. Williams lost the football. It's loose. And who's got it? Marshall has it back. That's the initial sign. And a great opportunity for this Western Michigan team escapes them.
Williams with a pretty good opening. He just didn't take the football with him. Western Michigan had a chance. Looked like the ball was kicked a couple times. Another look. Williams get the ball out like a loaf of bread. Never really got hit. His arm took it back.
Calvin Harley forced the fumble. And so here comes the Thundering Herd at their own 27. Pennington with time and a man. Nate Poole makes the catch. First down, Marshall. Bob Pruitt was an assistant at Florida, was the defensive coordinator. He's brought the fun and gun offense from Steve Spurrier here. Pennington, obviously the trigger man. Poole is a third receiver and a great one. Other receivers, James Williams, the kickoff return guy, has outstanding speed. An offensive line that's very good. Williams, Starkey, Cabellos are all first-team MAC picks. Dotson and Shulo are good as well. This is Chapman, the lone back, to the 40. It's a gain of 1. Western Michigan's defense must put pressure on Pennington. It's a 4-3 look up front. Karstens, Johnson, Herrig, and Betties. Betties, Herrig, and Johnson are the pass rushers, 29 sacks. The linebackers are good hitters, but speed might be a question with Moore, Evans, and Niles. Ronald Rogers on one corner, the best cover man. Rashad McDade, the big play. He's a hitter, just a sophomore. Second down, flags down. Pennington scrambling, sliding to the 46-yard line. Flags back at the 40-yard line. Ray Vaughn and his MAC officiating crew. Western Michigan was offside.
Rich, just watching the first couple plays, the corners for Western Michigan are bailing out. They're giving a lot of room to James Williams and Washington and and Nate Poole on the outside for just little curl routes, little quick passing game. The outs.
Offsides on the defense, 5 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, second down.
And they're two small corners. Ronald Rogers, 5'9", Eric Nunley's 5'10", giving up some size to the big receivers of Marshall.
Now Poole is 6'3", Washington 6'2". On second down, Pennington gonna go deep. Williams has it, but he's out of bounds. Actually never made the catch. And he was working on Eric Nunley.
A check off all the way by Chad Pennington, because he sees the free safety in center field and he knows he can't get any help out of the free safety. Right here's the free safety, so he's got a corner route to James Williams, number 83, against Eric Nunley. Just waited too long to deliver that football. Had what he wanted.
Nunley, a hometown kid out of Kalamazoo. Pennington, quick throw. The tight end, Greg Kellett, has a first down in Bronco territory at the 35, 20 yards. Chad Pennington to Greg Kellett.
Yeah, anytime you catch a defense in too deep, you always try to get the tight end down the middle. Greg Kellett, a 6'4", 242-pound sophomore, is a pretty good target behind the linebacker. Here's Kellett working behind the linebacker. You see the hole there in too deep coverage.
From the 36, flags down. Doug Chapman to the 29-yard line. Ronald Rogers made the stop.
Yeah, it's another offside in Western Michigan. You can't help this Marshall offense. They're good enough.
Coach, team speed was a concern for Gary Darnell and his Western Michigan Broncos. Are they trying to compensate for it?
I would think that's just mistakes, that they're lined up offside right off the start, Rich. And you talk about team speed. The first game was on grass, and Western Michigan's a grass team. And Marshall had more speed. And you take that grass to turf, everything speeds up. So I'm sure Western Michigan's going to have a hard time with Marshall's foot speed in this game tonight.
Chapman. He averages 61 yards a game. He's an outstanding receiver as well. Mario Evans and Rashad McDade made the stop for Western Michigan.
And you're really in trouble as the defensive coordinator. Chuck Dressback is the defensive coordinator. He can choose to hang back and try to cover these receivers, or he can try to come after Chad Pennington. It's feast or famine if you don't get to Chad Pennington on a blitz, because I don't think these defensive backs can stay with the Marshall receivers. So he really is up against it tonight.
Chapman, this time he's swallowed up by Evans, the middle linebacker out of Southfield, Michigan.
And Mario Evans, second leading tackler on the Bronco football team. 7 tackles for losses in the first game. So an active linebacker at 6'1", 230. On that last play, Rich, they lined up in man coverage. So they did decide to challenge the receivers on the last play.
Second down 10. Opening drive, MAC championship. Marshall on the move. Pennington, blitz coming. Kellett again. This time it's overthrown. It'll bring up third down and about 10.
Chad Pennington looks right away at the free safety. He tries to get a pre-snap read to understand where he's at. And once he drops back, he's watching the free safety. Free safety's trying to get over top of the 2 wide receivers, and it leaves Greg Kellett alone. He just overthrew the football.
He completed 68% of his passes this year. On third down for the end zone. Incomplete. Nate Poole, the junior, was the intended receiver.
And that's what you have to do right there. Eric Bettis, number 35. They brought the kitchen sink after Chad Pennington. Bettis got to him and hit him in man coverage, tried to get Nate Poole. Makes it a little more difficult. William Reed on coverage, but you can see the blitz, line stunt, line movement by Eric Bettis coming in to pressure Chad Pennington.
And Bob Pruitt says, let's go for it. 4th down and 10.
This would be a big stop for Western Michigan if they can do it.
The Broncos had to reshuffle the deck to get the right set on. Pennington hit as he throws. It's incomplete, and the Broncos have held.
Brought a late blitz. Brandon Brown, number 29, came out of the secondary. He was late coming. Chad Pennington didn't see it.
And Gary Darnell may have the spark he's looking for.
Brandon Brown, number 29, you're going to see him come right from the top right here. Nobody sees him coming, and he gets a hit on Chad Pennington just as he throws the football.
And now a chance to see one of the best kept secrets in America. Tim Lester, the quarterback. He'll hand it off. Robert Sanford flags down after the play.
One thing Western Michigan wants to do on offense. Got to run the football better. First meeting ran for 54 yards. That's all. You can't become one-dimensional against this Marshall defense.
And the Broncos cannot afford to have as much laundry on the field as they've had early on. That's another big penalty. It's a hold against the Broncos. Gary Darnell has taken names and numbers.
Hey, what you want to do is you want to keep track of how many calls have been against you.
Pushing it back on the offense, 10 yards from the end of the run. Repeat, first down.
He's marking down, Rich. 3 against us, none against the home team.
All right, tell me about Tim Lester, because the numbers that he's rolled up, 85 career touchdowns, the MAC passing leader in terms of yardage. Yet you don't hear about him because Pennington steals the headline.
Yeah, you're right. Heart and soul of this football team. 32 touchdown passes, only 11 interceptions.
And the Broncos are in a 1st and 16 hole now at their own 19. Movement. And another flag.
False start on the offense. 5 yards. Still first down.
This offense, yeah, that's 4. There you go. This offense hasn't had many false starts this year. They average 409 yards a game. Scott Selzer, the fullback, isn't used much. Sanford is a good receiver and a good runner. 2 wide receivers. They'll stretch it to 3 at times. Neal and Alston are very good. Alston especially. 30 catches, 7 touchdowns. It's an offensive line. Lambert, Nicholas, Grejek, Stover, and Knapp that will really be tested today. Lester on the move. Fires it out, and it's dropped by Steve Neal. Marshall's defense is better than their offense. 9.5 points per game, that leads the nation. Poogie, Mercer, Parker, Tobiesi. Mercer and Parker are the best guys up front. That's the strength of the defensive line. Grace, Yates, and O'Neal are very, very good, but the headliners are in the secondary. Danny Derricott at one corner, and Rogers Beckett is a late 1st, early 2nd round pick at the free safety spot. Second and 21. Here comes a blitz. The quick throw this time is caught. And it's a big gain across the 40 by Mika Zool. And that, my friends, is how you pick up a 2nd down and 21.
They didn't blitz. Talking about Marshall, they didn't blitz Western Michigan in the first ball game. They got to him with a 4-man rush. So what do they do in this ball game? Try to come after him right off the bat with linebackers and a safety, and then they get Zoll inside, nobody on him. The free safety, Rogers Beckett, was off too far on the receiver.
Sanford picks his way out to the 45 to the 46-yard line. John Grace made the stop, and if Western Michigan can pick up 5 or 6 yards on 1st down, they'll be very happy tonight.
And Rich, you asked a question at the start of this broadcast. Is the pressure on Marshall? No, but it could get turned up here if Western Michigan would go down and score, stay close here in this ball game early, because they know without a win here, they're going home. They're getting out the baseball bats for the next baseball season.
Sanford again, big hole, close to the 1st down. Just short of it. Maurice Hines made the stop. Sanford is a junior out of Miami, 84 yards a game.
Talked to Bill Cubitt, the offensive coordinator, and he talked about Robert Sanford. He said he's not going to take the ball 40, 50, 60-yard runs, but his nickname is Scrap Iron because he'll get the 4- and 5-yard tough yards.
These would qualify as tough yards. Sanford gets the tough yards. A 3-yard pickup. 1st down, Western Michigan in Marshall territory.
Well, the great thing about long drives in this ball game, you accomplish 2 things. One, you attack a defense that's been great. They've only given up 8 touchdowns. Chad Pennington sits on the other side. So the more time you can spend on that field with your offense keeps number 10 on the sideline.
This is a defense that has plied Pennington with turnovers throughout the year. 22 interceptions by the secondary is 1st in the country. Sanford over the left side this time, inside the 45. In the MAC, they are outstanding, this defense. In the NCAA, they are outstanding.
Yeah, they talked about if they could hold Western Michigan under 22 points, then they win the defensive award away from Virginia Tech. Scoring defense.
Marshall's only given up 8 touchdowns this year. 2 of them were scored by Western Michigan. Lester to the sidelines. At the 41-yard line, Steve Neal makes the catch. He is short of the 1st down. Looking at a 3rd down and about 4.
And Rich, he's the big receiver for Tim Lester, Steve Neal. In the first game, he just had 3 catches for 30 yards. He's caught 66 balls this year for 11 touchdowns. Steve Spurrier said after Western Michigan played Florida, he could play for us and anybody else in the SEC.
Western Michigan played very well at Florida.
They did.
On 3rd down, Lester. A lot of green in front of him. He'll throw it. And he's got the 1st down, and it's Neal who got it for him.
Patience by Tim Lester. Recruited out of high school by Florida, West Virginia, Michigan State, Indiana. The last game his senior year hurt his knee. He just waits for Steve Neal to come open right here. Allows, it's a flood pattern. You got 3 levels. He waits for Neal to come open, hits him.
On 1st and 10. This is Charles Woods to the 32-yard line.
Last game, Rich, his senior year, Tim Lester hurt his knee, and all those teams that were recruiting him got off of him, except for Western Michigan. A coach by the name of Rob Kuhlman stayed on it. He said, anything I can do for you during the recruiting process, just call me. After he hurt his knee, he called him. Rob Kuhlman kept his word. They gave him a scholarship. Great move for Western Michigan.
11,000 yards later, he's in Huntington, West Virginia. That one is incomplete. Looking for his big tight end, Mobilaja Afagana.
You say that. I'm counting on you the whole night. But somewhere Rob Coleman's watching this football game tonight, and he's got to be proud of what he accomplished for Western Michigan, getting Tim Lester to school there and keeping the word, his word, and the staff's word.
It's obvious with Pennington, his tools at 6'4", 225. But look at Lester, 6'1", 202. What makes him tick?
Yeah, he's just a smart quarterback. He knows what he's doing. He's got a great quarterback coach in Bill Cubit.
They call him Montana-like, which is obviously pretty high praise. Third down long. Lester got it again. Another great throw. It's Steve Neal, his man, at the 16-yard line.
Well, the first ball game, Steve Neal was quiet. He's not quiet tonight. He's already got 3 catches. Steve Neal on a deep curl route for the first down. Tim Lester shows you his arm strength as he gets this ball in. It's not a big window to get that football in, but he gets it in amongst 3 defenders for Marshall. Good drive by the Broncos.
Lester to the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. Corey Alston. 16 yards.
Beautiful fake by Tim Lester. And you talk about ball handling when you teach quarterbacks to carry out the fake, because you never know who's going to be occupied by your fake. Well, the safeties for Marshall bit on this, and Gary Darnell with a beautiful call by Bill Cubit, the offensive coordinator. Here's the fake. Safeties right here got beat deep. Tim Lester drills that ball in for the touchdown.
Brad Salent adds the point. Western Michigan, decided underdogs, stops Marshall on their first drive, and then marches length of the field and puts it in. Tim Lester to Corey Alston, and Western Michigan is up 7-0.
True. Are you really coming back?
Why not? With my shape-ups, it'll have strength in my back, my core, and my legs. Man, I feel great.
But why, Carl?
But why? Because the all-time scoring record is very, very close.
Shape-ups. Get back in the game.
You got this in my size?
Our breakout session is going to be great. Got the Gecko T-shirt. 4 million drivers switched. Gecko water bottle, notebook, chamois.
Sir, I feel a little bit uncomfortable with all this. I mean, it's not about me. It should be about how Geico's the 3rd largest car insurance company in the nation. Things like that.
Oh, of course. We're not going to get carried away.
Yeah, all right. As long as we don't overdo it.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Ask me.
Even if you think your mattress is just fine.
Ask me what it's like to get your best night's sleep every night.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America? It's not a Sealy or a Simmons or a Serta.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Ask me about staying asleep.
These are actual Tempur-Pedic owners. Ask someone you know. Check out Twitter. Try your friends on Facebook. You'll hear it all, unedited.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Ask me if it's a good value. Just ask me.
There are over 4 million Tempur-Pedic owners, and they're more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me why I feel better every morning.
Ask me why someone who's never had an ache or a pain is in love with this bed.
Start asking real owners.
Ask me how we took the first step.
Take the first step. Call today for your free information kit with DVD. 1-800-379-8844 or visit Tempur-Pedic.com.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
He's extremely patient, putting up with my antics.
What? That's funny. That's all.
The Hellsberg Diamonds gift box. Diamond snowflake pendant and Godiva chocolates.
I love you.
I love you too. See more of our story at hellsberg.com/IamLoved.
Week 13, Jets-Patriots.
This could be the game of the year. Sanchez and the Jets continue to win and are living up to their Super Bowl hype.
The Pats are unbeatable in Foxborough, Jaws, and Brady's having an MVP year. Rex Ryan's D will need to bring the heat to slow him down.
You couldn't script this any better, Coach. They're both 9-2, and first place is on the line. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere on Monday night.
ESPN Monday Night Football, Jets-Patriots at 8:30.
ESPN, your NBA destination. Tomorrow, Derrick Rose and the Bulls hit the floor looking to take down the Celtics in Boston. Then, Dirk and the Mavs face the Jazz in Utah. Coverage begins tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN.
A trip to the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl is up for grabs when bitter rivals battle in the 2010 Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game. Oklahoma, Nebraska, Saturday at 8 on ABC. College football lives here.
With under a minute left in the first quarter, Brad Selland added to the Western Michigan lead with a 31-yard field goal, making the score 10-0 in favor of the Broncos. Western Michigan tacked on 7 more points early in the second quarter on a 1-yard touchdown run by Robert Sanford. But the Broncos still weren't finished scoring as Brad Selland once again came through with a 32-yard field goal just as time expired in the first half, making the score 20-0 Western Michigan. Now, with a little over 11 minutes to play in the third quarter, Western Michigan has moved the ball deep into Marshall territory, and they're looking at 1st down and 10 from just outside the Thundering Herds' 23-yard line, here on ESPN Classic.
They can't get any pressure on Lester. They can't cover. They're getting picked apart.
They sacked him 5 times in their first meeting. But not tonight. Sanford's head down to the 15-yard line. 8-yard pickup.
Who do you think made the big block on this play? Number 84, Jake Moreland. Every time he goes into motion, you're going to be concerned whether he's going to block the end man on the line of scrimmage for Robert Sanford. He's going to block the end man. Just turns him out, turns him in, and Sanford goes outside. Nobody's forcing the play. Toviesi finally makes the tackle.
Sanford close to the first down.
Now you're trying to break the will of the team. Now Western Michigan is trying to break the will of this Marshall football team.
Coach Corso during halftime said if Marshall was going to get back in it, it has to start up front. And I think you're right. I think Western Michigan has answered that on this drive.
Well, they're doing a good job of scheming Marshall. They're using their tight end Moreland. They're doubling some of the defensive tackles, Jimmy Parker and Mercer, that they had problems with in the first game.
Sanford picked up the first down. Lester still on his feet. Not anymore. They drop him at the 17-yard line. Girardi Mercer finished the deal.
Now, Jimmy Parker had a chance to strip him. He was coming to the backside of Tim Lester, and he had a chance to knock that ball out of his hands, but missed Tim Lester. Here he has a shot. Tim Lester, this is the throw they had the touchdown. No, it's number 4, John Grace, had the chance, and he missed it. John Grace, when he was a high school linebacker, 177 pounds. And nobody recruited him. He's one of the better linebackers in the country.
Second down long. To the end zone. Broken up. And Lester's fortunate that wasn't intercepted.
Now, Doug Hodges had a chance to intercept the football. That's one of the few mistakes Tim Lester's made trying to get the ball to Steve Neal. Got to come away with points again down here. 3rd and long. Do not make a mistake if you're Western Michigan. If you're Marshall, you're looking for the turnover to turn the tide of this game around. 3rd down successful, too. 9 out of 13. That's the reason it's 20-0.
And a lot of those have been 3rd down and longs, just like this one. This one's going nowhere, though. Ron Puggy swallows up Robert Sanford. And so now Brad Selland, who has hit a couple of field goals and, of course, had that reprieve and got to try one again in the end of the first half. He's hit from 31 and 32.
Tim Lester holds. So you always have the threat of the fake, but I don't believe this is a fake.
36 yards on a wet rug. And this one is good. The Broncos get 3 more. Gary Darnell is sitting on one of the bigger upsets in college football this year. Western Michigan on top.
Oregon is 1 win away from playing for their first national championship. Oregon State, Saturday at 3:30 Eastern on ABC. College football lives here.
Attention, if you have diabetes.
If you have diabetes, I have groundbreaking news for you. Citizens Medical has a way for you to test your blood glucose nearly pain-free. Imagine no more pricking your fingers. With this new meter, you can test from a tiny sample taken from your arm so it's virtually painless. And listen to this.
The blood glucose is 105.
This meter talks to you. Seeing and hearing can help you confirm accuracy. And best of all, Citizens Medical can send you one at no cost.
I hated pricking my fingers. With this meter, I test on my arm and I can barely feel a thing. And it even talks to me.
With Citizens Medical, you can have your diabetes supplies delivered to your home. They work with Medicare or your insurance, they handle the paperwork, and have nurses certified in diabetes available to answer your questions.
I used to drive to the store to get my supplies, and the paperwork was a hassle.
So we called Citizens Medical, and now his supplies show up at the door, and there's virtually no paperwork.
Call Citizens Medical today and change the way you test.
ABC Family invites you to an incredible weekend of Harry Potter. With unbelievable footage never seen in theaters.
Fantastic!
It's a new kind of holiday magic. I love magic. Plus, all weekend long, watch for exclusive behind-the-scenes footage from the Deathly Hallows. Watch ABC Family's Harry Potter weekend event all weekend long. Part of 25 Days of Christmas. Only on ABC Family.
ESPN, the home court of college hoops. Brace yourself for a rematch of the 2010 National Championship game as Butler and Duke go head-to-head again. Does Butler have what it takes to pay back the Blue Devils?
Howard inside for 2.
Or will top-ranked Duke ace this non-conference test?
And they make you pay, baby. They make you pay.
Butler versus Duke, followed by Illinois Gonzaga, 3:15 Saturday on ESPN.
If your monthly mortgage payment is higher than you'd like it to be, call Quicken Loans now. When you do, here's what you'll experience.
At Quicken Loans, we're obsessed with finding a better way
for you to get a home loan.
Right now, we've got great offers like this.
The rate on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is near 4.25%, APR 4.52%. Many experts, including economists with the federal government, believe that these historically low rates will continue to rise. And that means the time to lock in at today's low rates is now. The good news is that it's not too late to refinance with Quicken Loans. Take advantage of a historically low rate of around 4.25%, APR 4.52%, and pay less each month on a new 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. But you've got to call Quicken Loans right away. We can help you make the most of today's opportunities.
And that's why I love
being a home loan expert.
Salent really doesn't want to kick it to James Williams, who's come very close to breaking a pair. Ryan Greenleaf. He's out to the 27-yard line. And now if the Thundering Herd is going to get up off the canvas, this man is going to have to lead him there, Chad Pennington.
And he's capable. And you talked, Rich, early about effects of the rain. Sometimes it neutralizes speed a little bit on a turf because it becomes slippery and you can't make the cuts that you ordinarily make. So be anxious to watch these receivers. I still say they've got to go outside to James Williams and Nate Poole in Washington.
Pennington will keep it. And he's got 11 yards. and a first down. Down below, Don McPherson. Don, what's the status of the turf? An awful lot of rain has fallen here in the last hour.
The turf is really not in that bad of shape right now, Rich, but it is starting to get a little slick, but not too bad. It's a hard surface, so it will get slick quicker.
And it's crowned too, Don. Won't it get tougher around the sidelines?
It will definitely get tougher down from the numbers on out, but in the middle of the field right now, it looks pretty good, and here on the sideline, it's pretty decent.
Chapman to the 43-yard line.
What you want to do if you're Marshall, you can't get it all back at one time. You just got to gradually get back in this football game. Here's the no huddle that Donnie McPherson was talking about, that Bob Pruitt wanted to try to use as much time as he could. Save as much time as he can.
Movement, and Jeremy Johnson is trying hard to sell the officials on motion by Marshall.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, 5 yards, still second down.
Sometimes if you point quick enough, you get their attention and they make that call for you.
Well, he sold it pretty well.
Oh, he did. He was very adamant. He moved. They moved.
Bob Pruitt staring glumly from the Marshall sideline. Inside shovel to Chapman. That's a completed pass and a big play. 15 yards worth into Western Michigan territory at the 45.
Rich, you go in at halftime and all the coaches gather and they say, okay, now what's happening to us? They're getting a great upfield rush on us. What can work against that? One of the things is shovel draw inside of it. So you're starting to see some of the adjustments that Marshall talked about at halftime to come out and use in this first drive.
Pennington caught by Poole. Nate Poole dropped, lost the ball, and they'll say he was down.
I like that. The quick pass to Poole. Be able to get the ball out. You see Western Michigan bailing out a little bit on coverage. Right here is Poole. And as you see before the snap of the ball, here comes the snap. Now he gets the ball right inside the linebacker, outside the linebacker, inside the strong safety, and picks up good gain for almost 7 yards.
Marshall now with 173 total yards, but Western Michigan's numbers.
I don't think they reset the clock to 25 seconds. I've seen that before. They asked the band not to play.
Well, it looks like the Western Michigan band is here, and they'll shut her down for the time being. Pennington caught. It's Poole. He's in. Marshall is finally on the ball.
Now, Rich, they got to get a better effort out of their defense to stop this Western Michigan offense.
The extra point is good. Nate Poole, who had 66 catches this year. From Pennington. And the thundering herd finally making some noise. Western Michigan 23-7.
Excuse me, but weren't computers supposed to eliminate all the paper from our lives? If you're feeling buried by all the piles of paper in your home or office, maybe it's time you traded in the old filing cabinet for a new office assistant. Well, meet the Neat Desk Scanner and Organizer, the only scanner that actually thinks while it scans. With Neat Desk, all your important documents from business cards, receipts, insurance forms, just about any paper document can be scanned all at once and then recognized and organized with the NeatWorks software. Pretty neat, huh? But that's just the beginning. Neat Desk takes all the information that was locked in your filing cabinet and makes it easy to find and easy to use. So that box of receipts quickly becomes a manageable expense report so you can track your spending. That pile of business cards can go directly into your computer's contact list. Virtually any piece of paper, from medical records to recipes, automatically becomes a searchable document that you can find with just a simple keyword. Neat organizers can be both powerful and portable, with 2 models to choose from. So staying organized at home or on the road is now easier than ever. Neat organizers have been featured on Oprah's list of favorite things, the CBS Morning Show, the Martha Stewart Show, and countless other media outlets. So give us a call or go to tryneat.com and learn how you can try a Neat organizer for 30 days absolutely free. That's right. For a limited time, we'll send you either our Neat Desk or our Neat Portable Organizer free for 30 days. We'll even refund the cost of all shipping and handling. That's how confident we are that you'll love your Neat organizer.
Our tax accountant loves us now. I no longer have a bag of receipts. I have one button that I push and send all our tax forms to him within minutes.
So give us a call or go to tryneat.com for your free 30-day trial and say goodbye to all that paper with the Neat Desk Scanner and Organizer.
Week 13, Jets-Patriots.
This could be the game of the year. Sanchez and the Jets continue to win and are living up to their Super Bowl hype.
The Pats are unbeatable in Foxborough, Jaws, and Brady's having an MVP year. Rex Ryan's D will need to bring the heat to slow him down.
You couldn't script this any better, Coach. They're both 9-2, and first place is on the line. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere on Monday night.
ESPN Monday Night Football, Jets-Patriots at 8:30. ESPN, your NBA destination. Tomorrow night, 2 division leaders in the East collide as Derrick Rose and the Bulls hit the floor in Beantown, looking to take down Rondo, KG, and the Celtics. Gibbs busted the lead. Then a showdown in the Wild West as Dirk and the Mavs face Deron Williams and the Jazz in Utah. Coverage of Bulls Celtics begins at 7:30 Eastern. Then Mavericks Jazz at 10:30 tomorrow on ESPN.
A trip to the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl is up for grabs when bitter rivals battle in the 2010 Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game. Oklahoma, Nebraska, Saturday at 8 on ABC. College football lives here.
They're letting the Western Michigan band play now. 23-7, Western Michigan on top, but number 11 Marshall has arisen from their slumber.
Yeah, they're coming back now. They're going to give their best effort in this ball game. The last drive, Chad Pennington couldn't find anybody open, so he ran for 9 yards. Came right back with a shovel draw to take advantage of the wide rush. Then came back with a pass over the middle to Poole for the touchdown. Pennington. James Williams. Flag down. Great players make big plays in big ball games. Chad Pennington made a big play on that to avoid the sack. Add 15 on a personal foul to it. And now if you're Gary Darnell in Western Michigan, you got to try to stop the floodgates right now. Eric Bettis had a chance to sack Pennington. Pennington throws the ball on the outside to James Williams.
First down.
And that's the personal foul right there. Here's the pressure. Chad Pennington moves out, keeps his balance, finds with his good vision, finding the receiver James Williams down the field. Scott Niles for that shove after the whistle was flagged for 15 yards. Bennington. Bobbled and dropped, though Poole made a great effort.
Now, Rich, you have to think if you're calling plays, Marty Galbraith's the offensive coordinator, Ed Zombreaker is the receiver coach. They confer on the plays, and you've got to be thinking ahead about if you do score, you've got to go for 2 points. So you got to get 2 scores, 2-point plays, and you're back in this football game. James Williams has been quiet. I just think he's a great receiver.
Chapman on second down. Inside the 10, inside the end zone. Touchdown, Marshall. The herd is thundering.
Nate Poole with a beautiful block about the 5-yard line that springs Doug Chapman into the end zone. Give Marty Galbraith, the offensive coordinator, a good play call there. Western looking for the pass. They sneak Chapman on the outside for a touchdown. They got to go for 2.
38 seconds on that scoring drive.
Now Tim Lester has to think about controlling the clock a little bit. That's what they did the first half.
Bennington asked to move the football near the left hash mark.
They may have to take a timeout here. They're confused.
Both Bob Pruitt and Chad Pennington are upset right now.
I think what Bob Pruitt is upset about is the extra point team ran on the field. And you've got to be cognizant of what's happening. You need 2. You don't need 1. So sometimes on the bench, it's not like basketball where you only got 7 guys on the bench with you. You got about 60 or 70 guys on the sideline. All of a sudden, the extra point and the holder and all run out on the field.
Pruitt, who made his mark as a defensive coordinator, Ole Miss, Tulane, and Florida. Big run for Doug Chapman.
If we can see this block by number 3 about the 5-yard line. Let's see. Well, he's already got him down right there in the corner. Created the touchdown. Anytime you get wide receivers unselfishly blocking downfield, you get big plays like this. Good strong running by Chapman.
Now the 2-point conversion. Pennington. Dropped. And incomplete. They're down 10.
Yeah, all that means is you got to score a couple more touchdowns.
Nobody really likes to travel that much for work.
5-hour plane travel followed by maybe a hotel room.
What things were you going to have to get done at home, with your family?
Followed by getting to the actual meeting.
And there's, of course, the time lost while you're gone.
Put meetings in their place with GoToMeeting. With one click, GoToMeeting lets you hold online meetings from anywhere. Everyone in your meeting can give presentations and sales demos, edit documents, and collaborate in real time, whether on a PC or a Mac. Hold unlimited online meetings with integrated phone and VoIP conferencing for just $49 a month.
You could see somebody's idea of moving something on the screen somewhere else, and yeah, that looks way better.
It's less complicated than probably most of the activities you already do on your computer.
I saved a day's worth of travel, probably $1,000 worth of expenses. With GoToMeeting, I actually made money.
It's not only the time savings, it's what's possible now.
It's one of those tools we can't live without.
Try GoToMeeting free today. Visit GoToMeeting.com and use the promo code SPORT.
Ask me.
Even if you think your mattress is just fine,
Ask me what it's like to get your best night's sleep every night.
why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America? It's not a Sealy or a Simmons or a Serta.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Ask me about staying asleep.
These are actual Tempur-Pedic owners. Ask someone you know. Check out Twitter. Try your friends on Facebook. You'll hear it all, unedited.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Ask me if it's a good value. Just ask me.
There are over 4 million Tempur-Pedic owners, and they're more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me why I feel better every morning.
Ask me why someone who's never had an ache or a pain is in love with this bed.
Start asking real owners.
Ask me how we took the first step.
Take the first step. Call today for your free information kit with DVD. 1-800-379-8844 or visit Tempur-Pedic.com.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Week 13, Jets-Patriots. This could be the game of the year. Sanchez and the Jets continue to win and are living up to their Super Bowl hype. The Pats are unbeatable in Foxborough, Jaws, and Brady's having an MVP year. Rex Ryan's D will need to bring the heat to slow him down. You couldn't script this any better, Coach. They're both 9-2, and first place is on the line. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere on Monday night.
ESPN Monday Night Football, Jets-Patriots at 8:30.
Brace yourself for a rematch of the 2010 National Championship game as Butler and Duke go head-to-head again. The action tips Saturday at 3:15 on ESPN.
Is one win away from playing for their first national championship. College football presented by Kay Jewelers. Oregon State, Saturday at 3:30 Eastern on ABC. College football lives here.
Ronald Rogers is deep. J.R. Jenkins with the kick. They'll keep it on the ground. A nice hop for Rogers. And he's out to the 29-yard line. A little bit better breathing room for Western Michigan to start this drive. Let's see how they use Jake Moreland here. He was a big factor in the first half. Let's see if he becomes the same factor in this second half. Moreland, the senior tight end. Only 1 3 and out tonight. And it was their last possession. Sanford. Good hard running out to the 34. 5-yard pickup. Danny Derricott made the stop. See Western Michigan, what they did in the first half, completely controlled the football in the first half scoring. But Marshall has now found some things they can hang their hat on against this Bronco defense. Nice move by Sanford. What a run by Sanford. Out to the 43-yard line. His initial move sprung him for an 8-yard pickup. Missed tackles though. Danny Derricott was in the backfield. Number 8 had a chance to make a play behind the line of scrimmage. Didn't make the play, but credit Robert Sanford with a good move. .72 yards for Sanford. Had 49 in the first game. Lester to the air. The ball was tipped and it's picked off. Maurice Hines. Hines out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Rich, the key on this play is they picked up Jake Moreland out of the backfield. I've talked this entire ball game about a 3-level flood. All of a sudden, Jake Moreland, the outside linebacker, latched onto him, and there was nowhere for Tim Lester to throw. Made a mistake and threw it to the wrong colored jersey. Here's Jake Moreland coming out of the backfield. Now, he's the flat receiver, but right here, Andre O'Neal grabs onto him. Maybe holding him, but he doesn't get out in the flat, so the flood is not complete. 2
Pennington right to the end zone. Bobbled.
Giving them a touchdown by James.
Touchdown. Whoa. Williams was bobbling it when he went to the turf.
And that's the matchup this entire bowl game that's been there. James Williams is a big-time wide receiver for this Marshall offense. 10-2, 100-meter, can fly. Had 5 catches against Western Michigan early in the year.
The point is good.
They strike like lightning. They've got so many talented offensive players. And the benefit of playing at home.
James Williams from Chad Pennington.
You see James Williams right here, lined up against Ronald Rogers. Ronald Rogers lines up early on him, then tries to bail, but Chad Pennington throws this ball as well as he can throw it in the corner for the touchdown. Good protection by the offensive line. The fade route, contact, touchdown.
A trip to the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl is up for grabs when bitter rivals battle in the 2010 Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game. Oklahoma, Nebraska, Saturday at 8 on ABC. College football lives here.
ABC Family invites you to an incredible weekend of Harry Potter. Wow! With unbelievable footage never seen in theaters.
Fantastic!
It's a new kind of holiday magic. I love magic. Plus, all weekend long, watch for exclusive behind-the-scenes footage from the Deathly Hallows. Watch ABC Family's Harry Potter weekend event all weekend long. Part of 25 Days of Christmas. Only on ABC Family.
Week 13, Jets-Patriots. This could be the game of the year. Sanchez and the Jets continue to win and are living up to their Super Bowl hype. The Pats are unbeatable in Foxborough, Jaws, and Brady's having an MVP year. Rex Ryan's D will need to bring the heat to slow him down. You couldn't script this any better, Coach. They're both 9-2, and first place is on the line. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere on Monday night.
ESPN Monday Night Football, Jets-Patriots at 8:30.
ESPN, the home court of college hoops. Brace yourself for a rematch of the 2010 National Championship game as Butler and Duke go head-to-head again. Does Butler have what it takes to pay back the Blue Devils?
Howard inside for 2.
Or will top-ranked Duke ace this non-conference test?
And they make you pay, baby. They make you pay.
Butler versus Duke, followed by Illinois Gonzaga, 3:15 Saturday on ESPN. ESPN, your NBA destination. Tomorrow night, 2 division leaders in the East collide as Derrick Rose and the Bulls hit the floor in Beantown, looking to take down Rondo, KG, and the Celtics.
Gives Boston the lead.
Then a showdown in the Wild West as Dirk and the Mavs face Deron Williams and the Jazz in Utah. Coverage of Bulls Celtics begins at 7:30 Eastern. Then Mavericks Jazz at 10:30 tomorrow on ESPN.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner with Quicken Loans. I've got some very important and time-sensitive information for you. I've been in the business for nearly 2 decades, and in all that time, I've never seen interest rates this low. At Quicken Loans, our 4,000 team members live by one very important philosophy. Every client, every time, no exceptions, no excuses. Mortgages are all we do. No checking accounts, no savings accounts, no free toasters. We've developed a better way to guide you through the entire mortgage process. And in fact, over the last 25 years, we've closed over 1 million mortgages. It's no wonder that Quicken Loans has earned an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. The time to take advantage of today's incredibly low interest rates is right now. Dwight Eisenhower was president last time they got this low. Give us a call today or visit us online at quickenloans.com. A lot of folks are intimidated by the mortgage process. At Quicken Loans, there's no reason to feel that way. We'll give you the best possible mortgage with the best possible rate in the shortest amount of time. And that's why I love being a home loan expert.
Start of the 4th quarter. MAC championship.
Western Michigan had a huge lead. It's Melton. Chapman to the 32-yard line. Mario Evans made the stop. Chad Pennington reportedly will be the first quarterback taken in the NFL draft. Look what he's done here in the second half.
I don't think there's any doubt. He grew up in Knoxville, Tennessee. Middle Tennessee and Chattanooga were the only teams that recruited him. He had an uncle here that lives across the river in Ohio. He told the Marshall staff about him. They brought him in for the high school campus senior year, and they saw enough in him to sign him, and the rest is history.
The shovel to Chapman. Big play. Chapman to the 10, to the 8. 24 yards. Rich, anytime you get a player like Eric Bettis that really is going to rush upfield and try to pressure Chad Pennington, then you call the shovel draw. You really don't have to block him. Here's the play right here. Now number 35 is going to come upfield. Nobody's going to have to block him because Sanford's going to go, or Doug Chapman's going to go right underneath him, and it's almost like a reverse option play. Pennington hit, dropped. Jeremy Johnson with the sack. I don't think anyone blocked him either.
No. Chad Pennington, we're talking about booking rooms. He's trying to book a room in the Heisman group, the 5 that go to the Heisman.
Holding against Western Michigan. It wipes out a nice defensive play.
Mel Kiper, very high on Chad Pennington. A lot of pro scouts down on the 2 levels down.
I'll tell you who's highest on Chad Pennington. Earlier this year, when the Minnesota Vikings were struggling, Randy Moss said, "Get me the football. And if we can't find anyone to get me the football, I know where someone is." Back in Marshall, my old guy, Chad Pennington.
Holding on the defense, half the distance to the goal, still first down.
Bob Pruitt said when Randy Moss went into the pros, he said he's going to make a giant impact. And he said the same thing about Chad Pennington. And I really believe him because Chad Pennington gains respect in the huddle. He's a smart guy. He's just like Peyton Manning. He's the next Peyton Manning, if you want to call him that. Studies film. I was in the lobby last night, and he came in and asked the coach to go over to the stadium. He wanted to watch more film at 10 o'clock last night.
Chapman hit at the 2. Second and goal.
Peyton Manning really started all that. There's been a lot of good quarterbacks that have studied, but Peyton Manning probably took it to a newer level with this. David Cutcliffe, the offensive coordinator at Tennessee, and Philip Fulmer and Randy Sanders, that whole bunch. He'd go in and watch volumes of tape, and then he'd ask questions on Sunday of the coaches. Chad Pennington's the same way.
Chapman, he will score. And the Thundering Herd are officially back. Flag down. The point is good.
It's offside on Western Michigan. They'll take the point.
Doug Chapman finished the deal.
Officials trying to get over to get the call, but they're going to turn that down. Doug Chapman suffered a knee injury in the first play against Northern Illinois.
Offsides on the defense. Penalties declined. Point is good.
The Marshall Thundering Herd was in a big hole. They are out and very much alive.
Excuse me, but weren't computers supposed to eliminate all the paper from our lives? If you're feeling buried by all the piles of paper in your home or office, maybe it's time you traded in the old filing cabinet for a new office assistant. Well, meet the Neat Desk Scanner and Organizer, the only scanner that actually thinks while it scans. With Neat Desk, all your important documents from business cards, receipts, insurance forms, just about any paper document can be scanned all at once and then recognized and organized with the NeatWorks software. Pretty neat, huh? But that's just the beginning. Neat Desk takes all the information that was locked in your filing cabinet and makes it easy to find and easy to use. So that box of receipts quickly becomes a manageable expense report so you can track your spending. That pile of business cards can go directly into your computer's contact list. Virtually any piece of paper, from medical records to recipes, automatically becomes a searchable document that you can find with just a simple keyword. Neat organizers can be both powerful and portable, with 2 models to choose from. So staying organized at home or on the road is now easier than ever. Neat organizers have been featured on Oprah's list of favorite things, the CBS Morning Show, the Martha Stewart Show, and countless other media outlets. So give us a call or go to tryneat.com and learn how you can try a Neat organizer for 30 days absolutely free. That's right. For a limited time, we'll send you either our Neat Desk or our Neat Portable Organizer free for 30 days. We'll even refund the cost of all shipping and handling. That's how confident we are that you'll love your Neat organizer.
Our tax accountant loves us now. I no longer have a bag of receipts. I have one button that I push and send all our tax forms to him within minutes.
So give us a call or go to tryneat.com for your free 30-day trial and say goodbye to all that paper with the Neat Desk Scanner and Organizer.
What happened to tequila? These days it's all velvet ropes and posturing. I don't know about you, but when I drink it, I really like to kick back and be myself. Oops. 1800 tequila. Change the game.
ESPN, the home court of college hoops. Brace yourself for a rematch of the 2010 National Championship game as Butler and Duke go head-to-head again. Does Butler have what it takes to pay back the Blue Devils?
Howard inside for 2.
Or will top-ranked Duke ace this non-conference test?
They make you pay, baby. They make you pay.
Butler versus Duke, followed by Illinois Gonzaga, 3:15 Saturday on ESPN.
NBA Friday night doubleheader. Coverage of full Celtics begins at 7:30 Eastern. Then Mavericks Jazz at 10:30. Tomorrow on ESPN.
Oregon is 1 win away from playing for their first national championship. Oregon State, Saturday at 3:30 Eastern on ABC. College football lives here.
Two quarterbacks you'll see playing in pro football. Rodgers from the 4. Down he goes. Big hit. Doug Hodges, number 30, the safety. That's why you put good players on your special teams. You can get hurt with a kickoff return. Here's a starting safety, number 30, Doug Hodges, with a good hit. What does Leicester and Western Michigan need to do to get the offense back to the short passing game, back to finding Moreland, back to mixing up the run? Sanford to the 30. It's a gain of 5. John Grace made the stop. In the second half, it's been all Marshall. Good field position, the turnover, but you talk about what does Western have to do. Their game plan in the first half, be patient. You'll take the little 5-yard pass play, like they did right there, 5-yard running play. Sanford
More than 5 yards this time. And a tough back out of Miami. He's just a junior. Out to the 43-yard line. First down, Western Michigan.
Robert Sanford showing you again why he's one of the better backs in the Mid-American Conference. Just runs through Andre O'Neal's tackle. Shows power.
Flags and movement.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, 5 yards, still first down.
Here's a look at how quickly things can change for Gary Darnell and the Broncos. Chad Pennington started it by going upstairs to Nate Poole. 23-7. Then Chapman from 24 yards. 23-13. James Williams. 23-20. And Chapman made it 27-23. 27 consecutive points. Charles Woods on first down.
Talk about how Marshall struck fast. In the past, they had scored 113 points to their opponent's 12 in the first quarter. Well, they didn't get on track till the third quarter. They must have thought the third was the first, because they have really put it in gear.
Chad Pennington, in the 2 previous MAC championship games, was behind at halftime. Down 7-3 in '97. They came back with Randy Moss and beat Toledo. Last year, they were down 7-6 to Gary Pinkel's Toledo Rockets and exploded in the second half and won that ball game. It was a 6-point win last year. Lester avoids the rush, throws it deep. Neal flags down. Pass interference. It'll be a first down for Western Michigan.
Well, Tim Billings, the defensive coordinator, is right beside us, and he is beside himself because he had exactly the call he wanted. Brought the corner blitz. Should have had the sack. There's Tim Billings. He can't drink enough there to cool him down. Here's the end of the play. Then Joshua Bush interfered with by Doug Hodges. So missed opportunity by the Herd defense. And not a bad play by Hodges because he was behind him for big yardage.
It's a first down at the Marshall 44. Sanford straight ahead. Hodges stops him at the 38.
Followed the block of Jake Moreland again. Tight end lined up at fullback. Sanford's had really a good ball game. Good hard running inside.
Only one other back, Travis Prentice, the Miami back, who's very talented, has gone over 100 yards against Marshall. Until tonight, Sanford's over 100. And Sanford's inside the 35 and down to the 32. Robert Sanford by himself is taking Western Michigan down the field.
Well, the linebackers from Marshall would be well to key in on number 84, Jake Moreland again, because where he's at, the football usually goes to. He made a block on the outside there for Sanford. He's lined up at fullback on this play.
Great block by Colin Gretschek, the center. Sanford to the 20. 11 more yards. Another first down. And the patience that you preached, Mike Gottfried, is paying off.
They have to be patient, Rich, because this defense is so quick. You've got to be able to take 5, 6, 7-yard plays. Get a bad play every now and then. Don't panic, because there's a lot of time in this football game. And they're back to the offense that did well for them in the first half.
Sanford busts loose. He's 10. He's down to the 6. Another Western Michigan first down.
And give credit to Matt Stover, Charlie Knapp, Gretschek, Paul Lambert, Hinson, the offensive line. Doing a nice job opening up holes on this Marshall defense. This is a good football game. These are two good football teams. First game, 54 yards rushing. They held Western Michigan to
151 today. 133 for Sanford.
Reset the game clock to 9:15.
Mid-American can be proud of their teams. They had Miami, who got off to a good start. You talked about Prentice. Akron under Lee Owens had a good year. Toledo came back strong. Joe Novak in Northern Illinois had a good year. Getting better and better.
Woods. Charles Woods to the 3. Second and goal for Western Michigan.
It talks volumes about Marshall because there's 13 schools in the Mid-American. They had a first-team All-League, second-team All-League, and an honorable mention. 18 players from Marshall were on those teams. The next highest total was Western with 8.
And 6 on the first-team defense.
And they need that kind of effort right now.
Sanford is back in. Moreland in motion. Sanford with a flag down. Sanford is in. Though they won't give him the score. And another flag goes down.
That's going to be a personal foul against number 4, John Grace, in the back of the end zone. Illegal shift. 2 men moving at the same time. There's the personal foul. That's the question now. Is the personal foul dead ball foul,
which would give them a first down?
Illegal shift on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Dead ball, personal foul on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
You're exactly right. And the officials right on top of it again. Give credit to the officiating staff.
They've done a nice job of keeping the skirmishes after the whistles.
They've been right there, and they've made the right calls.
So it's a big play for Western Michigan, because now it's first and goal all over again from inside the 5.
Find Moreland, and you'll probably find where the football's going. Right here he is.
Sanford hit and drops, maybe a yard. Paul Tobiesi, the first hit. Junior out of Alexandria, Virginia.
That's the other thing about Marshall. They do not recruit solely in this area. They go to Washington, D.C., Virginia, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana. And they told me they never come in contact with the other MAC schools. They're not recruiting the same players.
Second and goal. Lester. Time. Throws. It is caught. Touchdown. Moreland again.
How about Jake Moreland? Just follow him, you follow the football. It's like the old piano players where you follow the bouncing ball and you sing the song. Follow Jake Moreland and he'll take you right to the ball.
Seven catches now for Moreland, and Gary Darnell's team answers, which is what the top of the list for this Western Michigan team.
Nice drive by Bill Cubitt, the offensive coordinator. Nice drive.
Salent with the extra point. Tim Lester's only completion on the drive to Jake Moreland, and Western Michigan is back on top in the MAC championship game.
A trip to the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl is up for grabs when bitter rivals battle in the 2010 Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game. Oklahoma, Nebraska, Saturday at 8 on ABC. College football lives here.
Ask me.
Even if you think your mattress is just fine,
Ask me what it's like to get your best night's sleep every night.
why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America? It's not a Sealy or a Simmons or a Serta.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Ask me about staying asleep.
These are actual Tempur-Pedic owners. Ask someone you know. Check out Twitter. Try your friends on Facebook. You'll hear it all, unedited.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Ask me if it's a good value. Just ask me.
There are over 4 million Tempur-Pedic owners, and they're more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me why I feel better every morning.
Ask me why someone who's never had an ache or a pain is in love with this bed.
Start asking real owners.
Ask me how we took the first step.
Take the first step. Call today for your free information kit with DVD. 1-800-379-8844 or visit Tempur-Pedic.com.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Yo, what up? It's your man Nelly, and you can work out with me right here on Celebrity Sweat.
Go behind the scenes with hip-hop sensation Nelly as he takes you to the gym and shows you some of his favorite workouts for building muscle tone with Celebrity Sweat on DVD. Call the number on your screen now. It's time to sweat it up.
You gotta see this. So what are you waiting on? All right? Get off that couch and order now. Let's get it.
To order Celebrity Sweat, call 1-800-305-4209. 1-800-305-4209. Don't delay. Call 1-800-305-4209.
Week 13, Jets-Patriots. This could be the game of the year. Sanchez and the Jets continue to win and are living up to their Super Bowl hype.
The Pats are unbeatable in Foxborough, Jaws, and Brady's having an MVP year. Rex Ryan's D will need to bring the heat to slow him down.
You couldn't script this any better, Coach. They're both 9-2, and first place is on the line. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere on Monday night.
ESPN Monday Night Football. Jets-Patriots at 8:30.
If anyone depends on you, listen to this important message. 3 out of 4 Americans know they need life insurance, and many who have it know they don't have enough. Sound like you? How would your family get by without you? Would they lose their home or their dreams of a good education? They don't have to. You can guarantee those you love $200,000, $500,000, $750,000 or more with life insurance through Matrix Direct. We'll help you get more for your money, up to 75% more. Just look, less than $14 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. No wonder millions of Americans have already contacted Matrix Direct. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. Make the future more secure for those you love. Call now so you can sleep better at night.
For free information, call 800-728-3117 or visit matrixdirect.com. That's 800-728-3117 or matrixdirect.com.
Western Michigan is back on top, 30-27. We go down below. Don McPherson.
Hey, Rich, when I talked to Gary Darnell at halftime, what his concern was with Marshall was that quick strike and big play capability. It takes his team a long time to go down the field. They're eating up the clock, but the problem is there's still 7 minutes left, and Marshall can come back really quick.
Don's right. They can strike fast. And this guy right here can strike on the kickoff if he gets his hands on it.
Their touchdown drives in this half. 2:38, 3:21, 38 seconds, 4 seconds. Solent's kick. Michael Owens on the return to the 32.
Sometimes just finding the right tool is half the job. But at Cobalt, we realized it could be much easier and developed this, the Cobalt Multi-Drive Wrench. The heads of the multi-drive rotate, giving you 8 sockets on just one wrench, each designed to fit both standard and metric sizes.
It's very versatile.
You don't have to worry about if it's metric or not.
So I've assembled toys, bikes, scooters.
Cobalt's multi-drive uses a socket style that's popular among aircraft and race car mechanics. Each socket works on hex and square bolts, as well as 3 types of high-precision bolts, even if they're rounded or damaged. So one multi-drive, that's like having 56 sockets in your tool bag.
It's all in one convenient place.
The perfect tool to have if you don't want to pack up a whole toolbox.
With the one tool, you could almost disassemble the entire car.
Buy your Cobalt multi-drive today for just $24.97. The one wrench that handles standard and metric sizes, along with 6 types of bolt heads. Your multi-drive also comes with a driver head that works on all driver bits as well as standard sockets. The Cobalt multi-drive is the perfect wrench around the home or on the go.
Why is it the supposedly simple projects aren't? Like this basketball hoop. Following these instructions would require 3 standard and 2 metric wrenches, or just one multi-drive.
I can be working on one part of the job, select another size that I need, start working on it again.
It's pretty common these days to run into unusual bolts, like a star or a spline. Multi-drive works on both of these, so you don't have to stop, even when you run into a bolt you didn't expect.
The Cobalt multi-drive is your go-to wrench for thousands of projects. Good for 8 standard or metric sizes and 6 bolt types. Buy today and you'll also get a driver adapter, 12 driver bits, and a magnetic LED flashlight insert. Order right now, online or by phone, and you'll get 50 more driver bits absolutely free. With a Cobalt multi-drive, you're ready for anything, at home or on the go. Cobalt, exclusively at Lowe's.
That's cool. 1800 just poured me a shot. What can your top do? Nothing. 1800 tequila. Change the game.
ESPN, your NBA destination. Tomorrow, Derrick Rose and the Bulls hit the floor looking to take down the Celtics in Boston. Then, Dirk and the Mavs face the Jazz in Utah. Coverage begins tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN.
Oregon is one win away from playing for their first national championship. College football presented by K Jewelers. Oregon State, Saturday at 3:30 Eastern on ABC. College football lives here.
Jake Moreland and the Broncos will watch the defense go to work. Pennington. Incomplete. Winner of this game goes to the Motor City Bowl to take on the Brigham Young Cougars. An interested observer tonight, I'm sure, is head coach Lavelle Edwards. He joins us now over the telephone. Hey, Coach, how are you?
Hey, you got some kind of a ball game here. That's been fun to watch.
Your thoughts on both of these quarterbacks?
I think they're excellent. I've heard a lot about both of them. It's the first time I've seen either one of them, and you can see why Chad Pennington has been getting the reviews that he has. But this last drive, I was really impressed with Western Michigan, the points they had, and a couple of plays they made. Lester is he's a very good one as well. So that's a great ball game. I have no idea right now who's gonna win this one.
Lavelle, can you tell anything about speed of both teams when you look at it tonight compared to your ball club?
It really is hard to tell, other than just what you hear and read. Yeah. You guys, there's certainly speed. It's like that Marshall's has very good team quickness, particularly on defense. And they got that wideout, the first guy was hot. So they're just two very good, well-coached football teams, I think.
Well, big play right there, Lavelle, by Saldano, number 56, to get in to force this punt. I think they've got to punt this football. Coach, first year of the Mountain West Conference, you've got to be happy. A co-championship, and you're headed to Detroit.
We are. I think the league going into it was about as balanced as we've ever had it, that I can recall. And it turned out to be that way. 3 of us were tied with a couple others still in the mix right down to the end. So it was a very good league. Different than it's been in the past. A lot better defense in the league this year than we've had in the past. It's maybe not quite as productive offensively as what we've been.
All right, Coach Lavelle Edwards, congratulations on a great season. We'll see you in Detroit against the winner of this one.
We'll look forward to it.
All right. 30-27, Western Michigan on top.
Warcraft Cataclysm. In stores December 7th. Rated T14.
Attention all homeowners. The Mortgage Help Center will help you today. Are you struggling making your mortgage payments? Do you have an adjustable rate mortgage? Do you need to lower your mortgage payments to an amount you can afford? If the answer is yes, then you need to call the Mortgage Help Center now. We may be able to cut your mortgage payment in half and help reduce your interest payment to a record low percent. Find out what we can do for you today with a free consultation. Don't worry about foreclosure anymore. Don't worry about how you will pay your bills another minute. Call the Mortgage Help Center now. Call us toll-free, and we can relieve your stress with dramatically lower mortgage payments. If you call now, we may be able to cut your mortgage payment in half and help you reduce your interest payment to a record low percent. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 1-800-504-1123. That's 1-800-504-1123. Call now at 1-800-504-1123.
This is a public announcement. CNNMoney.com reports that in some areas of the country, buyers are scooping up homes for as little as $1,000. Foreclosures are at an all-time high. Government and private banks are liquidating these homes now. If you currently rent a house or apartment, you may call now and learn how to receive your free list of these homes. All others may call tomorrow. Every house must be sold. This is a public announcement.
Call 1-800-796-7086. That's 1-800-796-7086. Call now.
Yo, what up? It's your man Nelly, and you can work out with me right here on Celebrity Sweat.
Go behind the scenes with hip-hop sensation Nelly as he takes you to the gym and shows you some of his favorite workouts for building muscle tone with Celebrity Sweat on DVD. Call the number on your screen now. It's time to sweat it up.
You gotta see this. So what are you waiting on? All right? Get off that couch and order now. Let's get it.
To order Celebrity Sweat, call 1-800-305-4209. 1-800-305-4209. Don't delay. Call 1-800-305-4209.
Dr. Pepper Championship Saturday. A trip to the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl is up for grabs when bitter rivals battle in the 2010 Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game. Oklahoma, Nebraska, Saturday at 8 on ABC. College football lives here.
Two of the most prolific quarterbacks in NCAA history have put on a show tonight. Tim Lester right now is on top of number 11, Chad Pennington and Marshall, 30-27. Western Michigan burned a timeout. They had too many men on the field before that punt formation from Marshall.
And that's the job of the deep return man, to count his players. And if he sees 12, which he shouldn't see, call timeout.
Marshall wanted offsides. It would have been a first down. Fumbled and out of bounds. Joshua Bush, the sophomore. Wow. Western Michigan has the lead, but terrible field position.
But Joshua Bush just misjudges the play, and it ball, and it hits his shoulder pads. On the last drive, Marshall with the football. Garrett Saldano, number 56, broke through and made a tackle. So that may end up being a A big play for this team this entire season.
Sanford, who had such a great series, again breaks loose, and he's across the 15. Breathing room to the 18-yard line. They cannot stop Robert Sanford and the offensive line of Western Michigan right now.
When they line up two tight ends together, and again, Jake Moreland, we've talked all about him this entire ball game. You see at the top, there's the two tight ends, and they get the double team right there. And then Sanford just finds a little crease. Charlie Knapp with a good block also.
157 yards for Robert Sanford. He'll add 4 more. And we're talking about one of the best run defenses in the country that's allowing 94 a game.
I really believe because of Jake Moreland's movement tonight, that has bothered Marshall because they get the extra blocker at the point of attack, sometimes out of the H-back move, sometimes out of the fullback. But really, most of this entire ball game, if you key on him, that's where the play is going to go.
Second and 6. Sanford. Swallowed up at the 25. 4 yards short of a first down. Our Aflac trivia question. Marshall has the longest current win streak in Division 1A. Who has the second longest?
I don't have any idea.
We'll get you that answer.
I'm waiting
momentarily. How about the Hokies?
How about a big third down here?
Lester dumps it out. Sanford short of the first down. Western Michigan must give up the football and put it back in the hands of Chad Pennington.
That was big, a big effort defensively by Andre O'Neal and Paul Tobiasi. They haven't got much of a rush tonight. They did the first ball game. They almost blocked a couple punts in the first ball game. They haven't come close tonight yet.
Matt Steffen, the punter. Lanier Washington is deep. A great bounce for Western Michigan. And they will let it roll. And roll. To the 18. 57 yards. A huge punt by Matt Steffen.
You get on turf, and it's a low kick, and really the return man didn't get a chance, Lanier Washington, to play that. And so the benefit of the hard surface and the big bounce.
Coach, wait no longer. Marshall has the longest current win streak in 1A, 15 games. Who's the second longest?
You knew.
I knew. Well, I just saw
right.
I just saw the Hokies 2 weeks ago.
Frank Beamer, Bud Foster, the defensive coordinator, had a pretty good year and waiting on FSU.
Pennington. He's hit and dropped at the 15-yard line. Mario Evans, the middle linebacker. Clock continues to roll.
Came into this game, Mario Evans, with 3 sacks. Give him another one. Was unblocked on a late blitz. Back flared out, didn't block Evans.
Second and 18. Pennington. Got a man. Poole. Up he goes, and he lands at the 30. Nate Poole holds on to the football. Third down and about 7.
Anytime you get a 2-deep coverage, and that's exactly what Chad Pennington reads here. Here's a 2-deep coverage right here. Now what you want to do is get somebody in the middle of 2-deep coverage. Nate Poole is going to be that somebody. sits down right inside of the 2-deep coverage for a first down, or for third and short yardage, 3rd and 4.
Shovel, Chapman, they had it, sniffed out, dropped at the 30.
Go to the well too many times, and Terrence Moore was waiting on that, and Jeremy Johnson. Marshall with 2 timeouts left, got to go for this.
And this game may come down to this snap. 4th down and 6, 2 timeouts for Marshall.
Two deep coverage again. Look for Poole.
Pennington to the air. Has his man. Williams. First down, Marshall. Clock stops with the first down. They'll move the chains.
James Williams with a big catch, and Chad Pennington with a big throw. James Williams averaged 19.6 yards per catch, and that one was for about 8 yards, and not a bigger one this year.
Pennington flushed out. He'll keep it. Pennington midfield. He's 40. He's 30.
And a flag to go along with it.
At the 28-yard line, 33 yards on the scramble.
More, 224. Chad Pennington shows he can run with the football when he gets flushed out.
Personal foul against Western Michigan.
Good pass coverage. Chad Pennington takes off, gets a nice block there, gets real close to the sideline, gets out, and then gets hit by William Reed.
The late hit changes field goal range to touchdown range.
Yeah, William Reed tried to pull up, but made contact. Sometimes that's difficult to do when you're running full speed to pull up. Now what Gary Darnell's got to be thinking about a little bit, Rich, is he may want to use his 2 timeouts a little bit here to save some time on the clock for his offense.
Play.
See what happens on first down here. And
the question was on the restart of the play clock. Game clock frozen until the snap. Chapman, and he's down. That will not stop the clock. Now Marshall has to think about burning a timeout, and they will.
Now, if you're Gary Darnell, you don't use your timeouts. You want to stand right here now. First down was big on deciding the strategy for that coach. Marshall now has 1 timeout. Gary Darnell on the other side with the Broncos has 2 timeouts left.
Do you keep it on the ground as they did on first down, or do you throw it into the end zone a few times?
They've been able to run outside with Chapman very well. I think I'd give the ball to Chapman and see what he can get on second down here. But Poole, the wide receiver, has been open a lot here in the 4th quarter. So you always got that possibility, because down here you figure you're going to get man coverage.
Oregon is 1 win away from playing for their first national championship. Oregon State, Saturday at 3:30 Eastern on ABC. College football lives here.
The road can really take a toll on you. Wearing shape-ups is my new workout partner. I feel so good, I decided to do something a little unconventional. With my shape-ups, I'm walking back to the game I love.
Shape-ups, get back in the game.
Attention computer shoppers with past credit problems. If you've had past credit problems and want to make a change, call now. All you need is an active checking account and you're approved for our program. Bankruptcy, liens, divorce, or job loss, it doesn't matter. You're approved. We'll get you that new computer you always wanted and report on your credit so you can start to get it back on track. Call now, and with your paid order, we'll add a free color printer, free MP3 music player, and a free LCD TV. You heard right. Free printer, free MP3 player, and a free LCD TV. Call now and tell us where you want your brand new computer and free gift shipped today.
Get your career cooking. Literally. With Le Cordon Bleu training. You could train as a culinary professional and work at restaurants, resorts, bakeries, catering companies, and more. Call now for a complimentary career guide.
Call Le Cordon Bleu School at 888-753-6888. 888-753-6888. Call now.
Week 13, Jets-Patriots.
It's Sanchez versus Brady, Coach. A huge AFC East showdown with first place on the line.
ESPN Monday Night Football. Jets-Patriots at 8:30.
ESPN, the home court of college hoops. Brace yourself for a rematch of the 2010 National Championship game as Butler and Duke go head-to-head again. Does Butler have what it takes to pay back the Blue Devils?
Howard inside for 2.
Or will top-ranked Duke ace this non-conference test?
And they make you pay, baby. They make you pay.
Butler versus Duke, followed by Illinois Gonzaga, 3:15 Saturday on ESPN.
Well, everything looks good. We've got your car in stock. Let's just check out your credit score and we'll work out your financing.
All right, sounds good.
Did you know everyone has 3 credit scores? And just one bad score could really hurt you.
Whoa! That's going to be a problem.
What do you mean?
Your credit score could be affected by inaccuracies, outdated information, or even identity theft. Now tracking your score is easy at freescore.com. Unlike other services that only provide one score, freescore.com lets you see all 3 credit scores for free. And that's important because a single bad score could cause you to be denied a loan, pay higher interest rates, and spend more for the things you want. So get all 3 scores for free at freescore.com. Plus, you'll get unlimited access to your complete credit profile, 24/7 credit alerts, and the quickest way to spot inaccuracies at all 3 credit bureaus.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You're welcome.
One place, 3 scores. Get your scores now at freescore.com.
Free score! Freescore.com!
See if they keep it on the ground with Chapman or try to throw it in. Again, a question as to whether when to start the play clock. They started on ready for play. Chapman on a draw. Stopped at the 6, short of the first down. It's 3rd down now. Marshall is not going to call a timeout. They called 2 plays in the huddle. They've had these 2 calls played. 2 plays called right now. Pennington, inside screen. Williams! Did he make it? I don't think so. He's at the goal line with 17 seconds left. It will be a first down. They're going to kill the clock here. Rich with 17 seconds. Chad Pennington's going to line up, kill it. Now they've got a lot of options with 1 timeout. They can try to run the ball in because they can always use their timeout. Just a quick screen to the outside to James Williams. Chad Pennington setting it up. Couple good blocks. Good effort by Williams. Down on the 1-yard line. One of the best football games I've seen all year. Both efforts.
Gary Darnell's going to burn a timeout. Darnell wanted the timeout, but the Broncos never took it. So Marshall, a yard away. Pennington sneaks. I don't think he's in.
No, he didn't make it.
They've got to burn the timeout. And finally they do. And now, Mike Gottfried, with 7 seconds left, they may have to kick the field goal now. They may not have enough time.
The option that you do have is to fake the run up inside, let the tailback go over the top. Quarterback comes out with a throw or run possibility. If neither there, throw it away.
Deep breath, everyone. We're coming back. This one with 7 seconds left.
Introducing Listerine Zero. We removed the alcohol and made it less intense. Now people everywhere are getting a deep clean and fresher mouth without the intensity that kept them away. It still kills bad breath germs for a whole mouth clean. But it's never felt so good. New Listerine Zero. Deep clean, less intense. A Listerine clean for all.
Hi, I'm Howard Dvorkin, the founder of Consolidated Credit. For almost 2 decades, Consolidated Credit has helped millions of Americans just like you. We've helped nurses and doctors. We've helped police officers and firefighters. We've helped homemakers and home builders. We've helped over 5 million people suffering from credit card debt. And now we want to help you.
Consolidated Credit is the one company you can trust. Our exclusive Freedom Quest program can help you find options and solutions to your financial challenges. We can reduce your monthly payments by up to 50%, consolidate your bills into one easy payment, save you thousands in interest and fees, and help you get out of debt fast.
When credit card debt is the problem, we're the solution. We've helped over 5 million people. Let us help you.
You're one call away from financial freedom.
Call Consolidated Credit now. 1-800-350-1303. 1-800-350-1303.
I may be in my pajamas right now, but I'm not going to bed. I'm going to college online to get a degree. Education Connection will connect you to the right online college for free. And log on now, and Education Connection will send you their free success kit stuffed with information on online schools, scholarships, even degrees that take the least amount of time. This is a $100 value, and it's yours free.
Log on now to 68schoolmatching.com. That's 68schoolmatching.com. 68schoolmatching.com.
Inventors, do you have an idea for an invention or a new product? InventHelp can help you try to patent your idea and submit it to companies. InventHelp is America's largest invention company with sales offices in over 50 cities nationwide. Call today for your free information.
Week 13, Jets Patriots.
It's Sanchez versus Brady, Coach. A huge AFC East showdown with first place on the line.
ESPN Monday Night Football. Jets Patriots at 8:30.
Dr. Pepper Championship Saturday. A trip to the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl is up for grabs when bitter rivals battle in the 2010 Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game. Oklahoma, Nebraska, Saturday at 8 on ABC. College football lives here.
7 seconds left of the MAC championship game. Field goal kicker J.R. Jenkins is not on the field. No timeouts, 3rd and goal from the 1.
This is the right call. You run pass option play where if it's not there, you throw it away and then you allow the next play. It's going to be some type of rollout by Pennington.
Pennington looking, throwing, caught, touchdown! Marshall! Pennington. Eric Pinkerton made the catch.
See, the other thing this drive didn't leave any time on the clock for the Broncos. 4 seconds left. Chad Pennington, what a way. His last pass at Marshall may have been his most important one here on this field. What a great effort by Western. Great effort.
Jake Moreland, their fine tight end. Marshall fans stormed the field. Thus, the extra point will come from about the 25. It's an untimed play, so 4 seconds remains on the clock. It's an important field goal, or important extra point. It's a 4-point lead for Marshall.
Rich, great call by Marshall, because that's exactly, they rolled out. If the receiver wasn't there, he'd have thrown it away, they'd have kicked the field goal, but they had what they wanted. Give Bob Pruitt credit. On the other sideline, Gary Darnell could not ask for more from his football team. They gave him everything. They left it on the field tonight. This football team should be very proud of the effort it gave tonight in a difficult environment, in a difficult situation. These two teams, well coached, played hard, gave the crowd here a great football game.
And gave us a great show. Eric Pinkerton, his second career catch, first career touchdown. Chad Pennington got this team off the canvas. They were down 20-0 at halftime. Four seconds left. That man is going to New York next Saturday.
Yeah, without a doubt. And he may even get the Rhodes Scholar.
He has had quite a year. 5 of his 6 drives in the second half for touchdowns. Jenkins. On one knee. 3 seconds left. Here's the call, Coach. You were all over it.
Yeah, Chad Pennington's going to roll to the right, and his specific instructions are if nothing's there, if you can't run it in, throw it away. But wide open receiver. Pinkerton for the touchdown. Good block by Chapman, giving him time to throw the football. One side, the excitement of feeling the victory. The other side, what a great effort. I just can't say enough about this football team and their staff and players. What an effort. They don't lose many games here in Marshall.
Gary Darnell can be nothing but proud about Western Michigan tonight. Decided underdogs in a hostile environment. Played their hearts out. One last play. Lester. All he's got. It is intercepted. And it's party time in Huntington. Gary Darnell thought interference should have been called, but they'll have a hard time clearing the field now.
Rich, Tim Lester. What a great game by the quarterback for the Broncos.
Pennington, 20 of 31, 3 touchdowns. Lester, 27 of 40, 282 yards. One final look.
Well, I can see what Gary Darnell's talking about. There's a pile of people going for the football, but
Pennington and Lester together. Chad Pennington is our Prestone player of the game. 20 of 31. The last one, a touchdown. With 7 seconds left on 3rd and goal. And the Marshall Thundering Herd is headed to Detroit, to the Motor City Bowl, to take on Brigham Young. For Mike Gottfried and Don McPherson, I'm Rich Waltz. Marshall, MAC champions again.
Welcome to All